Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy April already, and happy last day of school before we go on spring break. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me this morning. Glad you're here. Going to share a few updates and then take your Q&A. And I have a special guest joining us this morning who will share a brief message when we get to that part. Just as a reminder, you've joined the meeting muted. Feel free to use the chat box as needed. We're recording the meeting. We encourage you to leave your video on. It helps to better simulate an in-person meeting, but again, you don't have to. When we get to the Q&A, feel free to use the raise hand feature in Zoom, or put your question in the chat, or just, because we're small, you can just unmute yourself. If you've missed any of these, we do archive them and post them on our YouTube channel. Search for Katherine Johnson STEM Academy on YouTube and you will find it, and you can see any of the updates that you missed. All right, so here we go. Spring break is on everyone's mind. So this coming week is spring break. There's no school from Monday, April 11th through Friday, April 15th. We will resume school on Monday, April 18th. In previous years, we've had like one extra day for Cesar Chavez Day, but that day came earlier this year. So we just have the 5 days off next week, and school resumes back here in person on Monday, April 18th. Once we come back, there are only 8 weeks of school left. So we're getting to the part of the year where we're thinking about our annual testing and wrapping up academically for the year. So that is coming up after spring break. This week was super cool. We had Spirit Week this week, and we had themes every single day. And one of the photos I wanted to share with you was from Dress Like a Teacher Day. And this is one of our 6th graders who decided to dress like Mr. Ram. And as soon as this young man walked in, I knew that he was dressed like Mr. Ram with the black leggings and the shorts on the external and the Nike logo. And one of our other teachers, Ms. Casimir, dressed like Mr. Ram as well. So we wanted to celebrate them all together. I give a shout out to the many of our students who are in the photography with Miss Alejandres. They were taking pictures all week long, and we look forward to putting some of those in the yearbook. Spring Festival is today. So at 1 o'clock, we are, as a school, coming together on our front lawn, and there's going to be games and activities, and a student is DJing, and it'll be a great fun time to wrap up kind of the first part of the spring before we go on spring break. There is food available for purchase for students that we've brought here to campus. One logistical piece. So because it's Friday, school is officially dismissed at 2:17. So if your child is leaving at 2:17, we'll ring the bell, and your child will pick up their phone from the vault, and they can get picked up, or they can walk home. However, if students would like to join in after, stay until 4 p.m. We are keeping it open until 4 p.m. And then at 4 p.m., the Beyond the Bell program will be here for any students who need to stay past that. Okay. At this point, I want to bring on a very special guest, one of our teachers who you all know, Miss Dunklin, and she wanted to share just a couple of things. And I will turn it over to you, Miss Dunklin. So go ahead and unmute yourself, and you're good.
Good morning. Welcome. Happy Friday, or happy Friday, however you want to look at it. As you guys know, I'm Miss Dunklin. I am the STEM teacher here at Katherine Johnson. So I teach 6th grade computer science, 7th grade robotics, and 8th grade engineering. And this year has been a blast. I've learned a lot from your students. And as a teacher, one of the biggest tools that we use to help get things that we need for our classroom, or just things that we want for our classroom, is this program called Donors Choose. And we go on and we kind of write like a little brief statement of what we need and why we need it. And then people from the community come through and donate. Well, yesterday, Donors Choose had this big push where they were going to match any donation. And it doesn't matter how big or small donations are, any donation is welcomed. And Mr. Hunsberger and I kind of pushed my 2 projects out there, and both of them were fully funded when I got in this morning. Yesterday, as you see, Who's Afraid of a Pandemic was fully funded as of yesterday at the end of the day. And then when I left yesterday, I had $75 left on Cool Tech, Cool 3D Tech for students. And when I looked this morning, it was fully funded as well. So and a lot of it came from parents. And I can't tell you how appreciative I am of your generosity to the school and to the students and to my classroom. I mean, I think yesterday, I can't remember my actual wording I said, but I was like, you guys are my heroes, because this would not have happened without you guys. And I just want to thank you all for allowing me to be a part of the village that helps, raise your kids and make and provide for their future so that they could be have a successful tomorrow. I am truly, truly appreciative of everything you guys have done. Thank you so much.
And thank you, Ms. Dunklin, for being willing to come on and share that. A lot of times in these meetings, like I get a lot of thanks and gratitude from our parents directed toward our teachers. And I thought this was a cool opportunity to flip it around, have one of our teachers share our thanks and gratitude to you as families who are really moving forward and really partnering with us to do cool things here at Katherine Johnson STEM Academy. So awesome job, Ms. Dunklin, with getting this stuff out there, putting together some proposals. We can share that. And this is just one of the many ways that parents and the school partner together. So thank you, families. Thank you so much, Ms. Dunklin. Ms. Dunklin, I know you got to go because you're about to teach class and then do our weekly Friday COVID testing. Don't forget. But I'll see you later, Ms. Dunklin. And thank you again, families. All right, a couple other things as we move forward. As you know, we are wrapping up the American Heart Challenge, which kicked off a couple weeks ago. Today is the last day. So we are 7 registered students away from Mr. Hunsberger having to do a TikTok dance, which no one wants to see, but some people might have a sick sense of humor, so they may want to see Mr. Hunsberger do a TikTok dance. We're 7 kids away from hitting the goal to do that. So today is the last day. So if your child has not yet registered for the American Heart Challenge, today is that last day. Last couple of announcements. I think, yeah, we're going to wrap up a little bit early today. Is we are having, again, I think I've shared this with the past, we are having, I think, 4 on-campus spring tours after we come back from spring break. 2 Thursday evenings and a Saturday afternoon and a Saturday morning. So if you've got neighbors, friends from your child's elementary school who now have 5th graders and are looking for middle school, feel free to share this with them as well. Just a reminder that May 2nd through May 6th is Teacher Appreciation Week. So that's the 3rd week after we come back from spring break. And what I'm hoping is I may get a couple of parent volunteers who might partner with me in kind of thinking through what that might look like and some cool things that we can do for our staff here at the school. So shoot me an email if that's you. All right, our weekly COVID updates. Again, we have had 0 positive cases among students and staff. A lot of weeks in a row that we have not, we've had 0, which is great. And it's going down everywhere across the Westchester Community Schools and across LA Unified. So we do have the weekly COVID testing, just so you know, will continue for the rest of the school year. All right, couple things that are important as we go into spring break. One is LAUSD is operating stationary COVID testing sites this upcoming week during spring break. If you would like to have your child take a COVID test, why would you have them do that if they're getting tested today? Let's just say maybe this Saturday or Sunday, their tests come back negative, but Sunday, they start developing like symptoms. You may want to have them go COVID test on Monday, April 11th, or get a rapid antigen Tuesday through Thursday. The link on the screen is where you can do that. The closest school to us would probably be Audubon, but there are some others as well. Beethoven Early Elementary Center is another one in local district west. So those are places you can do that. All right. This is important too. So yesterday, during period 4, all students received one box of or they should have received one box of the self-test at home rapid antigen tests. And the purpose of them receiving that is that students should should take a rapid antigen test on either the Saturday, April 16th or Sunday, April 17th, before they come back to campus on April 18th after spring break. It's really easy to do. So we gave it to all the 4th period students yesterday. If your child was absent yesterday during period 4, they should be able to get that from their 4th period teacher today. If your child was absent yesterday and today, then they won't get one from us, but they can get a COVID test next week at one of those LAUSD stationary sites. Here's the thing to know about this. When your child takes it on the 16th or the 17th, if it's negative, which is good, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to upload it. You don't need to bring it to school. You don't need to do anything. I won't know that your child took it, but I will assume that if your child shows up on April 18th, that your child took it and it was negative. If your child takes it and it's positive, we're asking you to do 2 things, well, 3 things kind of. Upload it to the Daily Pass so that LAUSD can track that. 2, contact your medical provider because it's a health concern, and anytime you test positive for COVID, you should contact your health provider. And then 3, don't come to school on Monday, April 18th. If it's positive, don't come to school on Monday, April 18th. So again, if it's negative, no further action is required. You don't need to upload, just come on April 18th. If positive, isolate immediately, contact a doctor, don't come to school on the 18th. And again, we will resume the weekly PCR testing April 18th. So the 22nd is the Friday that after we come back. We can do it then. Yeah, so we'll take a Q&A at this point. So just a reminder, if you haven't yet left us a rating online, there's a link to do that in the chat. And we'd appreciate you leaving your thoughts there. But I will stop sharing right now and see what questions folks might have at this point. All right, Arista, go ahead.
I had a question about the tutoring. I wanted to know, why is tutoring during school hours and not after school?
We have both. Great question. We have both options. So we have tutoring options that are available after school on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays from our LMU partners. Additionally, we have identified groups of students who we want to provide additional support during the school day. And so several of our teachers are pulling those students out of one of their elective classes once a week to meet in much smaller groups together to help them more specifically with their unique needs. And we know that the teachers know them better than, say, the LMU tutors who just know them a little bit. So a lot of schools do during the school day tutoring as well as after school options as well. So that's what we do here. Great question.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mitzi, go ahead.
Hi, sorry if I'm sneezing a lot. My question, allergies. Do we have any updates yet on culmination times for culmination, et cetera?
Yes, it's at 2:45 on Friday, Friday, June 10th. And I'm going to give you a link to the website where we are posting all the information on that. It's here. I'll just drop the link. If you go to our website and click the Our School tab, and then one of the drop down options is there. And so culmination ceremony will begin at 2:45 on Friday, the 10th. And it'll be right out here in our front lawn. Great question.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What other questions might folks have this morning? All right, that's it then. One last thing I'll say. I want to give a shout out to all the folks I see you on this call who've been part of our committees, some of our committees this year, including our school site council. We just finished our budget development, so we were able to plan for our teaching positions next year, our PSW next year, and I'm excited to share with you that we will have, you know, all teaching positions that we have had this year. We're not losing any teachers for next year, and we're actually getting more PSW time for next year. So PSW stands for psychiatric social worker. That is the person who does that this year for us is Miss Tracy. So she's here 3 days this week, and we're excited to expand that to 5 days a week next year. 8th grade families, I know that doesn't do you any good, but for our 6th and 7th grade and incoming students, it will be good.
Can I give
please.
one more, since I was kind of saying I would do this during the last meeting, if there are any parents on this call in the 6th, 7th, or 8th grade, if you're here on the call, I decided to, join the school site council as, a parent, and it has really been a wonderful experience for me. I've learned a lot about how not only KJ works, but kind of how the LAUSD, district as a whole works, and how monies are allocated and why they're allocated, and how, how schools are really, how they support students. It's just been a really good learning experience for me. And I've enjoyed, being with teachers and other parents. And so I just encourage any of you who would want to join next year to really consider it. It's a really worthwhile way to support the school, support your kid, and learn a lot, along the way. Good information.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well, with that said, we will wrap it up. We will not have coffee with the principal next Friday because I will be asleep during spring break at 9 a.m. But we will resume next 2 weeks from today, April 22nd. And we will see you then. Have a great day, a great weekend, everybody, and a great next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.